I've seen things you people wouldn't believe.
All right. Welcome back, everyone, to episode 85 of the Best Thing We've Seen podcast. My name is Flo.
And I'm Gabe. How are you?
Doing okay, man. I'm doing okay. How you doing?
I'm fine. Busy. I'm very, very busy lately. Taking care of a new dog, which has been tiresome, but fun. But no, I'm fine. I just talked to you about what we can talk about this week, because there's so many things that we had the chance to watch, but they aren't coming out for a little while. So my list has gotten a bit shorter. How about you? Did you watch a lot of things this week?
Well, it's the usual episode after a special, so
yeah.
I mean, we talked about one thing that we're going to talk about this week, last week. Great sentence. And I got one other thing, and then I feel like I think that it was the day after we recorded the MCU special,
right?
Where I noticed that I missed out some iconic scenes because we were going through like the best scenes of like Endgame and Infinity War. How could I not mention the Avengers Assemble moment, right? Cap just whispering it after everyone came back. I was devastated that I didn't put that out. That I didn't even mention it. You know, I think I'm sure I'm missing other scenes as well, but that's just one of the greats. No,
sure. I liked one of the
now.
comments we had on our video about Leon's top 10, and I really enjoyed that.
Sorry, what was the beginning of that sentence?
We had a comment under our last video on YouTube, at least.
Yeah.
Where he wrote down his top 10 and why he didn't like some movies, and fair points all around.
Yes, absolutely. And I think he said it was a controversial list. I think it's not any more or less controversial than our lists. I mean,
omitting some of the big picks maybe, and Captain Marvel, he did right. It's a very controversial film. A lot of people don't like it.
Yeah. But I mean, I think he excluded Avengers, the first one, but then he did have Shang-Chi on there too. But everyone has their.
Also excluded Civil War.
Oh, that's right. He hated Civil War. Yeah, that's outrageous. I blocked that out. I blocked that out. Yeah. Can I edit a comment? Is that possible? No. Other than that, I mean. I got two things. I mean, obviously one huge thing and one thing that I don't know what your pick is going to be. I don't know what your pick. How many things do you have now? With everything
only two. I thought I had like 4 or 5, but no.
Sure,
it's 2.
We've watched some pretty early sneaks recently. So films that are not going to be released here until like the end of November or early November. So it's always a struggle to sort of, go through everything and see. Well, it's not a struggle, but you know what I mean.
It's going to be interesting.
What's out? Yeah.
Because the next couple of weeks are going to be 1 or 2 film festivals, one of which I asked you if you want to come to the Japanese Film Festival taking place next week or this week when this episode is coming out. And then also the Vienna Film Festival coming up. There's going to be a struggle because I do think we're going to talk about those things since they might come out in a year or more.
Well, yeah, but we've done that once before, and I feel like if it's a film festival, then it's appropriate, right? I mean,
fair enough. Yeah, sure.
So.
I mean, otherwise we wouldn't get a chance to talk about them at all, maybe, because some of those have like very limited releases, if at all.
Yeah, I mean, for example, Druck or Another Round. I think that's still playing in theaters now here.
Oh, still?
Yeah,
that's a long run time. Well, I mean, then again, there's
it came out late,
much else.
Though. It came out late, so we watched that like a year ago. So that's a prime example of a film that's taking forever to come out.
Sure. I mean, The World to Come, I don't know when or if that's going to release in cinemas.
Oh, that was never. No, that was.
Was it out in cinemas though?
Yeah. Well, at like the Film Casino and like some artsy cinemas. Yes. Yes. I think I mentioned that on an episode, and I told you it's now finally out.
Oh, okay. Well, my memory is shit as always. So
yeah, my name is Flo. Right,
let's start. David.
Thank you. I feel like I must have a YouTube video this week that I forgot about. Yes. Oh, no. See, I just need to talk about it. And there it is. I need to write this down because I'm going to talk about something in a second.
Oh, Jesus. I'm so sorry.
It's all good.
Is there any YouTube things that I've forgotten? Since those things, go in one ear and come out the other.
Yeah.
There's another one that I'm currently watching, but I'm still missing 8 minutes. Pretty good so far.
That doesn't qualify it. So you're not going to talk about it today?
Maybe next week. Who knows?
Okay. Well, I think it's my turn to start this week. And I think it's rather simple for me because either this is not going to be your pick, either you haven't seen it, or I know your pick. So I don't think it's this one.
Sure.
But for me, it was somewhat of an easy choice, even though I've seen this less than, let's see, definitely less than 24 hours ago. So I'm still definitely processing this. But my pick of the week is definitely No Time to Die. I mean, it's a no-brainer.
Dude, I'm a little lost here. You're starting off with your pick.
Yes.
That's interesting. No Time to Die. The only thing that I can think about is Die Hard. That sounds like a Die Hard title. What's No Time to Die?
The new Bond?
Oh, you've seen the new Bond? Is it out? Dude, I completely missed that.
You good?
I feel like I'm having a stroke right now.
Yeah.
The new Bond is out. Jesus, dude, the last week's been a haze for me. Interesting. Just tell me about it.
Well, it's been out for like 12 hours. No, not well. Yeah. Came out yesterday when we recorded this.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you got me stumped now as well. Well, No Time to Die. I mean, it's obviously finally a new Bond after 5 years or 6 years now with the delay, especially. I think Spectre was in 2015. So we finally got a new one. We finally got a new Daniel Craig one. And it's not a spoiler by any means, but it is his final one. I mean, the promotion thing is everything. It's his final Bond film. What's going to happen next?
Didn't they say this with the last movie as well? That is going to be his last?
I think so, yes. But it feels very in the build up to this. I think it was clear. I mean, 6 years have gone by, and
oh wow, really?
Yeah. I mean, it's time for new blood. I think is what he feels as well, and he's been the character now for 15 years or whatever. So, yes, in the build up to this, it was very, very clear that this was going to be his final one. So. Is plots necessary for the new Bond film? It's a spy thing, you know. He's got to save the world yet again. I mean, it picks up. Yeah.
Is there a gimmick behind this one? Like, does he have to save a certain thing? Where is it set? I mean, most Bond films like choose a certain city and then very much focus on that.
Well, it is. So it picks up after the story of Spectre. I don't know if you remember the ending of Spectre.
Not really. I think I pretty much fell asleep at the end. It's the only time this happened to me in the cinema since I'm turned 10.
Okay. Well, the ending of Spectre, like the very end, it's obviously got the Christoph Waltz thing with Blofeld, and he gets caught, and Bond drives away with Lea Seydoux from Louis the Warmer's Color. Do you remember?
Yeah.
So No Time to Die picks up picks up at the end of that. Not literally right after that, but definitely again with Lea Seydoux. So she's she's a reoccurring. We talked about this yesterday. If we should call her a Bond girl or not? Probably not, because she's a character with much more. No, she's got a much more depth than just being a Bond girl. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah.
So she's got a reoccurring role, and the film starts off. I mean, first of all, we will play a trailer in a second, but actually, we should do that now. So, okay, I'll give a quick synopsis of what it is, then we'll play a clip, and then I'll dive into the details. But so Bond is together with Lea Seydoux, and some time passes, and then he gets called back into the action because apparently Blofeld is, even though he's in prison, he's orchestrating some sort of terrible event, you know, and Remy Malek is also a villain in this. He's in the trailer, the masked guy. So couple of guys that Bond needs to take care of. And so he gets pulled back into the action. And but I'm terrible with plots, so let's just play a little clip of it. So here's a clip from No Time to Die.
James, fate draws us back together. Now your enemy is my enemy.
His name is Safin.
And what does he want?
Revenge. Me.
When her secret finds its way out, it'll be the death of you.
You can imagine why I've come back to play.
There's a young lady in Santiago I want you to meet.
You're late.
When you're ready. Salute.
I met your new 00. She's a disarming young woman.
I get why you shot him.
Yeah, well, everyone tries at least once.
James Bond.
We both eradicate people to make the world a better place. I just want to be a little tidier.
Right. Okay. So No Time to Die. And what I was going to say before is this is the longest Bond film ever, if I'm not mistaken. So
With how long of a running time?
So it's 2 hours 40.
Wow. Okay.
Maybe even more, but definitely something like that. Let me look it up really quick because it's definitely important. 2 hours 43.
Okay.
So,
does it feel that long?
I mean, I'd lie if I say it felt like 90 minutes.
Okay.
But it wasn't too long. It wasn't too long. I enjoyed the hell out of it.
Sorry, just remind me, what were your opinions on Spectre?
I hated Spectre.
Okay, so this is way better because I wasn't a fan of Spectre either.
Hated Spectre.
Okay.
Loved, I mean, so Daniel Craig, he is, that dude is, and as cheesy as it sounds, and I apologize to everyone who's cringing now, but I mean, he is not only mine, but he's sort of our Bond, just from the generation. I mean, I grew up.
Yeah.
No, it definitely is. If you got to say Pierce Brosnan is your Bond, his last film was 2002. You were still in the cradle, I think, when that movie came out.
I wasn't in the cradle. I was going to
you were a late bloomer.
School.
You were a late bloomer. You were still sucking on your mom's teeth.
I'm still doing that today.
Oh, fair enough. No, but you disagree with Craig being your Bond.
I mean, Pierce Brosnan was just a Bond that I grew up watching way more.
About? Yeah, but he's not our generation. Okay, fair enough that you could say Sean Connery if you grew up watching Sean Connery.
He's just a Bond with which I started watching.
Right.
And I started watching Bond when I was very young because my mom and my brothers are big fans as well, or used to be at least.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, I guess from the time that I've been alive, he has been the most prevalent James Bond actor.
Yeah, by far.
But yeah, maybe is he our James Bond? I still feel like Pierce Brosnan is mine.
He
but
is
sure.
my James Bond, and
the guy who's older than me. Okay.
Yes, no, but
no, it's fine. It's good. It's good.
No, because the first film came out in 2006. It's when I was 12 or 11, and I've watched every one of his films in theaters, so I can't say that for the Brosnan films. Wow.
I think Spectre is the first one I saw in theaters with Daniel Craig.
Really? Well, okay, then he's definitely not your Bond.
I mean, then again, it's the first James Bond that I have seen in the theater.
Yeah, fair enough. So, what I mean by this is not only is he sort of the generation, or the Bond for my or our generation, but I love him, and I think he's definitely. It's either him or Connery for me. Mm-hmm. I'm leaning more towards Craig because I'm more familiar with his films. I have seen all Bond films, but the old ones have been, I want to say, almost decades since I've seen them. Right? Definitely more than 10 years since I've seen some of the old ones. But anyway, so Craig, I absolutely love him, and I was so glad that we got another film after Spectre because I didn't like Spectre, and I was eager, anxious, and excited to see how they were going to wrap up his story. And obviously no spoilers today. I'm going to say I'm still digesting it. I'm still processing everything. It was a long film. It was an emotional film. And it was an action-packed film. I mean, it's directed by Cary Joji Fukunaga, who directed True Detective Season 1, or maybe even all of them. So an interesting choice. Obviously, Sam Mendes being at the helm for the last 3.
Oh,
no, 2.
He did all of them?
No,
okay.
two.
Okay.
Did I say the name right? Cary Joji Fukunaga, yes. Did he do True Detective both seasons?
He did 1, and I'm not sure about 2.
I think he did the first one.
Yeah.
And he obviously did Maniac, too. The
Emma
Stone and Jonah Hill.
Still good.
Yeah, still good. But sorry, what were you gonna? There was something. What was it? Oh God, I just had something and I lost it. What did we talk about before I said the name?
Sam Mendes.
Sam Mendes, yes, thank you. So we got Casino Royale. That was Martin Campbell. Then it was Quantum of Solace, right? That was Mark Forster. And then it was Skyfall. That was Sam Mendes. Then we had Spectre. That was Sam Mendes. And then Think. So yeah, now Cary Joji Fukunaga. So I think that's right. Yeah, I don't know. Are you interested in this?
I might go and watch it. I'm not as huge of a Bond fan as most people. I really enjoyed the old ones, and I would love to rewatch a lot of them. But I haven't been taken aback by Daniel Craig as you have. Not at all. I mean, I did like Casino Royale, not as much as everybody else, apparently.
Right.
I haven't even seen Quantum of Solace.
Right.
Also, Skyfall, I thought was very overrated. I really enjoyed the villain, but apart from those 5 to 10 minute scenes, I thought it was quite alright. I don't know, maybe I'm just moving away more from this classic kind of action, but I would still like to see it kind of end, to at least see his last film in his line of Bond films. But just because Blofeld, what's its name? Blofeld is in this as well. I'm not even doing this on purpose, I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I'm not that interested. I wasn't a huge fan of Christoph Waltz in Spectre, to be honest.
Right. Well, he's definitely not the main villain in this. He's not. He doesn't have a lot of screen time.
Okay.
So it's more of Rami Malek sort of than Waltz, definitely.
Okay.
But the film starts off. I mean, you got this 2 hour 43 minute film, whatever. And I heard like some. I read some reviews and I heard some thoughts about it beforehand, and people liked it. I hadn't heard anything terrible. Sort of people were okay with it, and some people really loved it. And I heard that there was a great cold opening. I forgot about it, of course, because my brain is also like, what's the word? A sieve? No.
I don't know.
Is a sieve the word I'm thinking of?
Could be.
I don't think it. Yeah, colander.
I think colander is more like for spaghetti.
Right, but it's a metaphor, you know?
Sure.
This is a great episode. I'm enjoying the hell out of it.
I love you calling the brain. Yeah, sure.
Thank you. So I forgot about it, but then when the opening is great. So I sort of remembered all the things I heard about it when I saw it. The opening is fantastic, and it puts you right back in it after 5 years, after 6 years, or however long it's been. It takes you some time to sort of readjust, because you sort of figuring out where the hell you are, who these people are that you're watching. But man, it really sets up a villain quite nicely. The opening, it's got an Inglourious Basterds vibe to it.
Is it funnier than the others?
What, Bond films in general?
Yeah, or at least the last Craig movies, because they do take themselves quite serious, I think.
I think it fits right with the rest. It's got some humor in it, for sure.
Okay.
But it's not like slapstick or anything. I mean, it's
of course.
Good humor
but
in
more like darker humor, because you compare to Inglourious Basterds.
I'd say there's some lighthearted humor in there. I wouldn't say it's dark humor, but it's good humor. I really feel like they didn't overdo it. Maybe Q is back as well from Skyfall. Obviously, Ben Whishaw, the voice of Paddington, he's back, and I'm always happy to see him. He's got some funny scenes in it that weren't like. I mean, they always landed the scene somehow, even when the joke wasn't that great. It never was too much. So they did a good job with it. They did a good job.
Didn't pull a John Oliver who would just repeat the joke time after time until you finally laugh.
No, you watched The Last Week Tonight recently or what? Yeah.
He's always got those jokes, just repeating them like as if they're going to get any better.
Yeah. It's kind of what we do now.
Yeah, we've been doing this for 85 episodes.
Yes.
Somebody will laugh.
So, anyway, maybe, obviously, we're not going to talk about spoilers, so maybe once you see it, we will. But I'll run through the cast a little bit. Obviously, Ana de Armas is in this again. So, a reunion for Knives Out, even though they maybe shot it before Knives Out. So, Craig and Ana de Armas obviously back. And she's amazing in this film.
Yeah.
I was so, I was enamored by her. She's great. And I wish she had more scenes. She wasn't in it for as much as I thought, but she was great. Lashana Lynch, obviously, as sort of the female Bond character. They did a good job with her.
Is she the one who is also in Skyfall and Spectre?
No. You're talking about Moneypenny?
No. Maybe.
Was she in this? I see.
I just remember a scene where like a colleague of his like stops a train or something.
Yeah, that's Moneypenny.
Okay.
That's Naomi Harris. She's back too.
Right. Naomi Harris, dude, I forgot about that. And Ray Fiennes is in this as well, right?
Of course, yeah.
It's coming back to me. Yeah. In my mind, M is still Judi Dench.
Sure.
No.
Sure. M. Mallory now, played by Ray Fiennes. Yeah, absolutely. He's back too. Remy Malek, I said before. Billy Magnuson. He's the one from Game Night. That's why I'm saying I know you know his face because you watched Game Night. Really a weird character in this. He really feels like one of the lesser developed characters in this, even though I'm not saying every character needs to be the most layered, but anyway, it's what I was writing down before, which was a fun little cameo for me. I've started getting back into Taskmaster.
Season 12?
Yes, but I rewatched like old clips too.
Okay.
And Hugh Dennis is a great contestant, and he is in this film, and I don't quite know why. I mean, obviously he's a British guy, so a lot of Brits are taking up the roles of like smaller characters, but so weird to see him in there. But,
maybe he lobbied for the role. Maybe he always wants to be in a Bond.
Yeah, absolutely. It's got to be something like that. Yeah, and I mean, he did a good job, but it was just a throwaway role. I mean, really, but, you know. Like Craig playing a stormtrooper. They just want to be in those films, and do whatever they can.
I mean, that's even weirder to me since you never even see his face.
Yeah, you can hear his voice if you know if you know it's him.
I mean, Disney can afford those kinds of cameos.
Absolutely.
When I put Leonardo DiCaprio in there.
But by the way, to maybe entice you to watch this, I mean, it's co-written. I mean, this film has like 8 people writing it. Why are you laughing? I'm going to say a name that's going to be actually exciting to you. I mean, you like Phoebe Waller-Bridge? Who?
She co-wrote this?
Yes. Fleabag herself. Yeah, she was involved in this.
And it's not even that funny, that movie?
No. I mean, she's also like she does like Killing Eve, so she which I haven't seen.
That?
No, but I think it's
it's supposed to be quite good, right?
Yes. But it's got like the spy, security, assassin element to it. So she knows how to write these types of things too, not just Fleabag comedy. I think.
Yeah, that's definitely interesting. I mean, even Cary Joji Fukunaga.
Yep.
Did I say it correctly?
I think so.
Even that interests me since I do like Maniac and True Detective season 1.
Yeah. He did a good job, man. He really did a good job.
Yeah, I might stop by on the weekend.
At my house?
And watch it.
Oh, yeah.
At your house as well. Because it's somebody's birthday soon.
Oh, that's how you would have went. Okay, whatever. Yeah, great. I feel like I talked about absolutely nothing, but anyway, I gotta stay vague. The ending was great. I'm still processing it. That's what I'm saying. The music is great. I think.
Is it a good ending for a Bond character, or does it feel like
Yeah. No, it is. It is. It's so difficult to wrap up. How do you wrap it up? People going into it expecting things. Because there's only a couple of ways you can wrap up a story like that. I mean, he's you go through what could happen in your mind. There's only like two options,
in
right?
my mind, there's either he dies or what I imagine, I'm pretty sure is going to happen, but could be so wrong, is the Dark Knight Rises kind of ending.
Right? With Christian Bale and Hathaway?
Yeah, and he just watches them like Michael Caine.
He just takes the table, he just sits down with Michael Caine. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, I couldn't think of other, I thought maybe, I don't want to, before I give anything away,
Sure.
I'm not going to say anything else, but they did wrap it up well, I think. As I said many times on this podcast, I'm still processing it, but
Sure. I mean, I love the pick just so I know James Bond is out.
yeah, I'm happy to help. I'm happy to help. But I'm sad to see Daniel Craig not visiting his role again after this.
He's had a good run.
No,
Like
for
5
sure.
Bond movies, that's quite good for one actor.
For sure, and I'm excited to see him again as Benoit Blanc, as in Knives Out too. But
I'm way more excited about that. But do you have, before we finish this up, do you have a wish for who should be the next James Bond?
no idea. I wouldn't even want to. I don't even want to touch that subject. I don't know
Okay.
what they're gonna do. I don't know who's it gonna be.
Naomi Harris, let's go.
I doubt it. Well, the rumors before this film were that Lashana Lynch was gonna take over, but I
I'd
don't
love
know.
a picture for Lashana Lynch. What does she look like?
I
Where
don't
did she
think you
act
know
in?
her. I think she's rather. She was in Captain Marvel. She was the best friend of
Yeah.
what was it, Carol Danvers?
Okay, yeah, I got a picture.
Yeah.
All right.
So she's the mother of the woman in WandaVision that goes back in it. Do you remember?
Right. Yeah.
I think that's right. That she's the mom, right? I think so.
I think so as well. Yeah. I just looked her up. Yeah. I mean, best known for No Time to Die.
Yeah.
And the only thing that I've watched with her is Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. I mean, sure. Why not?
And obviously Jeffrey Wright is in this as Felix Leiter. He's revisiting his role
Help me
again.
out.
Well, he's the CIA guy that's always he's in many Bond films. Friend of Bond.
Yeah. He's just in so many things in general.
Yeah,
He's like one of those actors you see everywhere.
yeah.
Although he's only been in
Goldfinch.
76 things.
Right.
Interesting.
The last film I saw with him was I think Goldfinch
Yeah.
Right.
He's in The Last of Us Part 2.
as Isaac.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
I'm looking.
you know your shit.
I'm looking it up.
Okay. Have you even seen Isaac?
No, I don't know.
Okay.
I can't remember. I can't remember.
Also in Hunger Games and Broken Flowers.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, one of your
Good movie.
favorites. So I've said it on many films and picks before that I want to revisit the topic,
Mhm.
especially when you've seen it too. I feel like this is actually going to be a film that you might watch.
Yeah.
And even if you don't, I need a week to process this, but definitely watch this because the
Yeah.
second thing we're going to discuss today, or the second thing on my notes is
Mhm.
also a good thing, but still, No Time to Die really was a no-brainer. And so happy to see another Bond film, a great Bond film after Spectre, and it's got everything you need. I mean, obviously the action scenes are fantastic.
Mhm.
I enjoyed the action more than Dune. I'm not saying it's a better action. Just the
it's
type of
different.
action.
Yeah.
Exactly. The type of action. It really, I feel like it really, really delivered. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of the character that Lea Seydoux plays, I feel like
Mhm.
she's just another Vesper, and it's difficult to sort of accept that there's now a new Vesper in his life, even though that's kind of degrading to the character. But okay. But she's got a big part in this film, and I feel like I wish there was a different element. I wish they'd done that a bit differently and not have her.
Mhm.
I don't know. I wasn't that fond of the character, so I wasn't really that involved or interested in their story.
Sure.
And I think that's about it. So
Yeah. I hope I hope I have time to watch this soon, so we can talk about it.
It's going to be in theaters for a while.
Another thing that has now come out on a streaming service is Free Guys on Disney Plus, so I might finally watch it now too, but I think it might be a little late.
No, we can still
for
talk
us
about
to
it. We
talk
can still
about
talk
it. But I might get around to that as well now,
Yeah.
from the comfort of my own home.
I'll wrap this up with another cheesy way. I just want to, because
Please.
he's listening to this, I'll just say thanks, Daniel. Great stay. I loved you as Bond. Thank you very much. So that's it.
It's a long shot. Yeah.
Of course, it's a long shot. Yeah.
All right. Now, before we get to the other thing that you've seen this week and my pick of the week, I would just want to throw out a very quick honorable mention.
Yes.
Which is an episode has dropped of the Wired Autocomplete interview with Andy Serkis and Tom Hardy in honor of or to promote the new Venom.
So why would you watch that?
I just gotta say, this is well, they never talk about the movie there.
Okay, still.
And this has been one of the best Wired Autocomplete interviews that I've ever seen. Because they actually talk about shit. They actually answer questions. And there's this question that comes up every freaking time, which is, what is so-and-so doing right now? And everybody's, I'm doing this interview. And just carrying on. But you know what Tom Hardy did?
No.
He answered like what he's doing like professionally right now, what his upcoming projects are and what he's doing. It's like way more interesting, those kinds of answers. And they really go deep. And I think that's one of the best interviews since also Tom Hardy, the most interviews that I've seen with him, he's quite,
yes,
not shy maybe, but he's doesn't like to answer a lot of questions, Yes. He's quite sarcastic. But since it's the two of them, they talk more to each other than with an interviewer. It works way better.
Yeah.
So
no, I haven't checked it out because I want to see the film first. But
they talk about, I think one thing to say about the movie, which is a little cameo, which is not even a cameo.
Well, see, there you go. I don't even want to know.
That's not even.
I know. I'm just kidding.
It's like Andy Serkis apparently moved a tentacle in the movie, which was like his little cameo.
Gonna be Oscar worthy.
I mean, give that man an Oscar.
Yeah, for sure.
Or at least a nomination. But yeah, that's like a little honorable mention. But now it's time for the big thing that we teased last week, which is, I think, one of the biggest releases on Netflix in a while, which is Sex Education Season 3, which is one of the biggest shows I think a lot of people have been looking forward to.
Yes.
Right?
For sure.
I mean, a lot of people that I've talked about, like, this is like Sex Education Season 3 has come out and pretty much everybody has seen it because it took the world, the internet, everybody by storm. And you were a big fan of Sex Education Season 1 and 2. And the funny thing is that you haven't picked sex. I can't fucking say it. Sex
say
Ed.
it. You really can't say it.
I can't say it. Sex Ed Season 2 as your pick on our very first episode.
Right.
So I thought you would rectify that by putting it as your pick.
Oh, wish I could
week.
Wish I could have, but no way. No way this week. No way.
I mean, yeah, Sex Education picks up after Season 2, after the summer ends, and the characters have changed a lot, and a lot more is going on. They're a lot more active, and of course, there are new characters and relationships that have finally come together, like Eric and Adam, which I wasn't a huge fan of in Season 2, but I think they did it quite well in Season 3.
Yeah.
And really changed up that character, and also finally explored the dynamic between him. Well, his father I think that's great and bad because Adam's father now finally sees some of his mistakes and has to deal with that. And it's not just the bad guy as the principal, but as his own character, more or less, and tries to make it up with his wife. But there's very little that he did with his son to like make it up. What I would think is going to make more of a appearance in Season 4. But apart from that, there's a new character whose name I, of course, forgot since my brain is a colander.
That's more for like pasta, no?
Bastard. Yeah.
I don't know what character you mean.
The new character whose name is Jesus Christ. There's so many actors here. Give me a second.
The new character.
Cal.
Cal, yeah, okay.
Which I thought was really cool. I did like the new dynamic with finally... Of course, I forgot the other guy's name. Ex-boyfriend of Maeve's name is...
Ex-boyfriend of Maeve. Isaac? Oh, sorry, no. Jackson.
Jackson. Their relationship, I felt that was one of the sweetest, like, character relationships in the whole season.
Yeah.
But what I gotta say about this thing, I really enjoyed it. It's so much fun. Plus, you just feel it so much. But the villain in this, quote-unquote villain in this, I thought was a bit too comical.
Yeah.
A bit too over the top.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's play a clip first before we dive into this. Yes. You set it up.
Sex Education Season 3, the unpronounceable name. Here you go.
That's right, Ames.
Thanks. Who's this?
Hey, that's Steve. No, Amy the goat.
Hey, sis. What's in your face?
It's a moustache. I've been growing it all summer.
I forgot to tell you, I saw Maeve the other day.
I don't need to know what Maeve is doing anymore.
Here are the students currently attending what has been dubbed the sex school.
Good morning. How is everyone feeling today?
Really good!
I am your new head teacher. Seems that there are some students here who get a kick out of giving us a bad name. It changes today.
So yeah, I don't know how much of that is in the trailer, but I would assume the new principal that makes an appearance is going to be heard here. And she uses quite some, archaic methods of dealing with people and students, which seems like pretty much somebody opened a book on fascism and just translated it into like what that would look like in a school.
Yeah.
To make a easily hateable antagonist.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of her. Jemima Kirk, I knew her from Girls, the show.
Okay.
So I was surprised to see her in this, but I agree with you. I didn't like her, and I didn't really because I want. Can we do spoilers? It's been like 3 weeks since it's been out.
I mean, this is such a big show. It's like Stranger Things. Everybody watched it in like the first 2 weeks. So
yeah, I really want to do spoilers.
Sure.
So warning from now on. So I don't really know because they were trying to set her up as a likable. Well, no, they were trying to make us like her or sympathize with her, especially with that, with her trying to get pregnant as well.
Sure, yeah.
But it literally felt like that. It felt like they were trying to humanize that person to some extent, which was necessary, yes, but it didn't really work for me. So.
And they only did it for one scene, then kind of gave up on the idea of making her more likable. And after that, she just goes back to being a total monster.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know for sure.
In some respects, I was like, I'm glad this woman doesn't have children. Sounds horrible, I know, but
yeah, it does.
The way they set her up, I do like history a lot, and I do like reading about it, and I do spend quite a bit of time of my free time reading up on stuff, or I don't know, just watching things. I mean, I fucking study history, so no wonder. But just if you look at what she does and what she implements time, like one thing after the other, they just took out a book on fucking 1920s, 1930s and just did everything the Nazis did. Pretty much exactly. Like dividing everybody up, like being very like repressive and then fucking shaming people publicly with like this little plaques and forbidding students to talk to these people. That's exactly what the fucking Nazis did. And it's just so over the top and so, I don't know, comically evil that I just didn't believe it, you know? I mean, they just make a big effort of like telling her to go fuck herself, like in front of everybody else, you know?
Yeah.
To get rid of her. Instead of, dude, make a photo of this and send it to a fucking newspaper. That person wouldn't be allowed to work in the educational system ever again. That's fucking criminal. So,
well,
that part I couldn't quite believe.
Well, but surely the things she implements in the school aren't. I mean, I'm sure there's schools that use these techniques. I mean, dividing the students up and having school uniforms, and I mean, but locking people into classrooms is very illegal. Right, but that was the one that just happened.
Sure, but still publicly shaming somebody like that, I'm pretty sure that's not okay.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, sure. Why am I defending that person?
That's quite all right. Yeah. I would say my kid here.
But I mean, so many things to discuss, especially if we do spoilers. But I don't know, man. For me, I said this was a good thing, and I said this because it's one of the rare shows that I really almost binge.
Mm-hmm.
I really feel like it's such easy viewing. And
I was so surprised when I asked you if you finished it by now, and you said yes.
Yeah.
Which rarely happens, yeah.
No, I like it. I like these characters. I was very, taken aback by Ruby and Otis. I liked that, even though it lasted for like an episode.
Oh, well. It lasted till France, didn't it?
What the school trip?
Yeah.
They were together then. That. Yeah, before that. Yeah. No, my main issue with this season is exactly what I just teased there. It sets up so many relationships, and it is literally people come together, and then after 20 minutes or an episode, something happens and they break off, and then they go back together, and it is the same shit every fucking episode with every single relationship. And there's nothing stable in the whole series other than maybe the two teachers.
Well, they are teenagers, too.
No, but it's still ridiculous. And in season 3, it's worse than ever before. I mean, it literally, you could, Adam and, I've got all these names, Adam and Eric, Lily and Ola, Jakob and Jean.
Did Lily and Ola split up?
Well, they had a fight, but no.
Well, they had a fight, of course, but
no,
didn't
that's
split
what I'm
up.
saying.
Neither did Jean and, what's his name?
Jakob. What do you mean? Neither did they? They weren't even together in the beginning of the show. In the beginning of this season.
Yeah. Oh, fair enough. Yeah. I mean, yeah. There's a lot of drama and there's a lot of back and forth. You're right about that.
Yeah.
Especially with Maeve and
Isaac.
No, of course, also
Yep.
Otis.
Yes.
But finally we've come to a point where we all want to be in the show, I think, and I hope they can wrap it up with the next season, because that would also be their last year, right?
Yep. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens because they don't have a school.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they'll find a solution. What I think is going to be more interesting, because every season they introduce one or two new characters. In this season, it was Cal, it was the other non-binary student, it was the brother of the principal of Adam's father.
Yeah, Jason Isaacs. Weird cameo.
Yeah.
Weird cameo.
Lucius Malfoy himself.
Yeah.
But I am interested in who they will introduce next season, since Maeve will go to the US.
Yes.
If they're just going to introduce a whole new cast and do like one episode here, one episode there, or just split the episodes up. I think there's going to be a lot of new stuff. I'm not sure if it's going to be great, because I think the characters are already very cool. There's still so much you can do, especially with the Untouchables or whatever they're called.
Yeah. They're really good. Yeah. They've somehow managed to create a group of sort of quote unquote villains or bullies that are actually, they did a good job with that group. And I was a big fan of Ruby in the whole series. The way that we got to know her better, and really heartbreaking.
Yeah, with her dad. Yeah. And of course you got, I rewatched season 1 and 2 before I watched season 3.
Of course you did, of course.
Was my cooking show once again.
Yeah.
And I so forgot that the guy from 8 out of 10 Cats and Taskmaster was in this.
Of course, Joe Wilkinson.
Joe Wilkinson. And it's a perfect role for him. Just the first time he's not wearing a suit, pretty much, I feel like. And it fits
also
him so well.
In Afterlife as
the
postman.
Yeah.
Haven't seen it, but I don't think he's wearing a suit.
Fair enough.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, but
like
he's some kind of relationship
uniform.
issues. Yeah. And I get that the show is about relationships, but still. I mean
fucking the cat to death.
Yep. Yeah. That sounds completely wrong.
I had a good laugh about that.
To your point before, I don't think they're going to set up a whole new cast of characters in America. I think it's really going to be the same group of people, and you're going to see Maeve, I don't know, returning, or just like her talking to them over Skype or whatever. I feel like they're going to bring her back sooner rather than later.
Sure. I mean, it's only a semester that she's gone. Then again, it's never that much time passed. I never feel like time passed at all in this show, except like they did say like the summer passed, but it's never like winter there, right? It's always summer, which looks like it's in the 1980s, which apparently on purpose. Also the cars, everything looks very retro.
Yeah.
And the flashback you get of Lily's life that looks like she's in the 60s.
Yeah, I don't know when this is set. But I mean, obviously,
it's got to be
today,
now. Like,
it's got to be.
Because they do have phones and everything.
Yes. But also the thing with Maeve leaving for America.
Mm-hmm.
the most predictable thing ever. I mean, from the moment it is mentioned that she needs to apply to America, you know how the series is going to end. And it's these little things again that bothered me. But once again, I enjoy this show. I really do enjoy this show. And I like the cast, and it's,
One or two scenes that I really enjoyed was the scene where Otis's mother goes into labor. I thought that was very well done. Just his anxiety of losing her.
Yeah, that was. I really thought she was gone.
Yeah, they did a great job of that.
Yeah,
and Otis was great in just portraying the fucking desperation and helplessness in that scene.
Yes,
and I really like that they explored the character of Amy and her sexual harassment more. She's just such a sweet character, and with her little vagina cakes.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they did focus. It happened in season 2, right? If I remember correctly. And then, no, for sure. She's a great character.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's difficult to talk about shows because there's so many. Did you have like a favorite episode? Obviously, the school trip was a big one.
I mean, the school trip was good. Just the fucking scene where he picks up his shit in a sock.
Yeah.
Raheem,
yeah.
That's just... Jesus Christ, I nearly gagged. The sound of it all.
In a good way?
I don't know. Yeah, that was very visceral.
Yeah.
But apart from that, it's tough. I mean, maybe the episode where Jean is in labor.
Yeah.
That's quite well done. And I just like that Jackson's coming more out of shell and he's just, he finally gets to explore things for himself now.
Yeah, I was sad to see that Hannah Waddingham, his mother, only has one scene.
Right. I mean, the other's mother doesn't even have an appearance, right?
Yeah. That was, I like her a lot. And I was hoping
she's been busy with her Emmy.
Yeah. I mean, sure. Yeah. Good show, man. I really do enjoy the show. And everyone involved, even though they're all 26 playing 16-year-olds.
Well, they gotta be.
Yeah.
They age otherwise.
Is that the reason? That's a good point.
Yeah, because if you actually cast 16-year-olds, first of all, it's way harder to film, I think, just because they do still have to go to school. And apart from that, 4 seasons later, they look completely different, which they don't if they're 25 or whatever.
Good point.
Yep.
Right.
Right.
Anything else, or are we done?
I think we're pretty much done. I mean, yeah, sex education, fun. It goes down very easily. Although, even with all the criticism I just uttered, it still went by so fast. It's so easily bingeable, and yeah. I mean, how far are we into the episode?
45.
Oh, quick last man standing. Yeah,
a quick last man standing.
Right.
You choose.
Ooh, I choose. Ooh, let me think.
I haven't been this tired in an episode ever, so you got.
I mean, we can skip it.
No. Let's do it.
Okay, well,
I'm just
I have
making
a better
excuses.
chance now.
I'm making excuses.
Yeah. Who's a big actor? Give me somebody we haven't done a special on and who's done a lot of good things. I mean, Scorsese.
And then you just say a big actor
or person. I don't know.
We can do Scorsese if you want. I feel like we shouldn't really think about it too much because then one's going to be like, yeah, I know a lot, and the other one, yeah.
Sure. Let's just do Scorsese. Might be a quick one, might not be. You want to start us off?
It's going to be an embarrassing one, I'll tell you that right now.
I'm sure it will be.
For both of us, I mean, not because I'm going to...
There's at least like one movie I have in my head and I just can't think of the fucking name, but I know the fucking poster.
Go ahead. Okay. Right, Martin Scorsese, we're going to list movies that he directed.
Yeah.
Just films, right?
Just films.
All right, let's do it. I'll go Wolf of Wall Street.
All right, The Departed.
Right. Let's do...
You're welcome to guess along, everybody listening.
Yes, please. Scream it out if you know it.
Did somebody just say The Departed? I just said that.
I'll go The Aviator.
Sure. Silence.
Oh, wow. Yep. Okay, I got it. Fucking my brain, dude. Okay, let's do Goodfellas. Let's do the
Irishman.
Sure. Let's do Raging Bull.
Oh, yeah. Let's do Casino.
Let's do Bringing Out the Dead. Nick Cage.
Yeah, that's the one I had in my head but couldn't think of the name. Thank you so much. Fuck, is that named The Last Temptation of Christ?
Yes. Let's look it up, but I think you're absolutely right. That's the Jim
The Passion
Caviezel one.
of Christ is the other one. It's with Willem Dafoe.
Oh, that's the Willem
Jesus
Dafoe
Christ.
one. Hold on, let's have a look. Temptation.
Yep, Last
yes.
Temptation of Christ.
Right. I'll go Age of Innocence.
Oh, yeah, completely forgot. Let's do Cape Fear.
Good. Is Age of Innocence right? It is right. Good. Let's do
Haven't seen Cape
Taxi
Fear, though.
Driver.
Ooh, I mean, yeah, one of the biggest ones ever. How could I forget about that? What's like one of his newer ones? What am I missing? Because I'm running out of things, to be honest.
I have a great one. I have a fantastic
great one.
I have a
Ooh,
great
fuck you.
one. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Scorsese, you just have to think of those eyebrows. I might
that are nowhere to be seen in the films themselves. Right.
Well, in Taxi Driver.
He's got cameos. Yeah.
No, that's tough. Shutter Island.
Didn't we say that already? No.
I don't think so.
Okay, good one. I got one with Otis himself, Hugo.
You're so right, dude. Yeah. I gotta get away from like the noir and like gangster movies.
Yeah.
I mean, he hasn't done a western as far as I'm aware. He's done sci-fi. What else did he do? It's so hard. I think we're pretty good right now.
What do you mean?
In listing his movies.
Oh, we're missing so many.
Yeah, I mean, we have Raging Bull. I mean, yeah, I think that's a life from me.
I'll go Gangs of New York.
Oh, you... Oh, we almost said a bad word. Shouldn't swear so much.
As long as you don't say sex education again. I'm sorry, I apologize.
Don't. Dude, yeah. I mean,
I'm
embarrassing.
No, I'm not.
I'm just gonna say I'm tired as well.
Yeah. Do you want to delay it? Do you want to delay it?
No, it's fine. I think I lost. I mean, what else do you have?
I don't know whether or not we're at an embarrassing point yet, or if we did okay. There's
Let's look it
definitely
up.
like Mean Streets.
Yeah, Mean Streets.
And After Hours. So the old ones I got left.
Yeah.
But other than that, I feel like I would be struggling now. Is there like a big one? I need to think more.
Director 70 things, so let's go. I mean, so many music videos and shows and stuff like that.
Sure.
Wall Street, Hugo, you're so right. No, that's another thing.
Public speaking.
Friend Lebowitz, with whom he also did.
I know that's New York's a city or something.
Pretend it's a city. Yeah.
That's why I was just like shows only or films only.
Aviator, yeah. Michael Jackson video. Wow, bringing out that Il mio viaggio in Italia.
Kundun.
Ah, yeah, Kundun. I actually really enjoyed that one.
Oh, I think of one now without looking at it. King of Comedy.
Ah, yeah. And yeah, New York Stories, right? He was one of the 4 directors.
Color of Money.
Color of Money, yeah. Haven't seen it one either. After Hours, you said. You got Raging Bull. The Last Waltz. With... Yeah. Okay, no, that's a music thing.
I think we did okay, you know?
New York.
Yeah. Alice doesn't live here anymore as well. But these are like the...
Yeah, I think we did all right.
Yeah. Good.
Alrighty. A weird episode. Didn't start as I planned it, didn't end as I planned it.
Yeah, I feel
then again,
like
I shouldn't plan.
more than ever on 85 episodes of this podcast, I feel like I haven't done my pick justice. But it's the balance of not spoiling anything and it being early and me still processing a 2-hour 40 film. So this is the last time I'm apologizing today.
We might have more of a discussion next week. We'll see about that.
Let's do that.
I hope so. And until next week, I will have seen quite a few other things, and we might be able to talk about one of the things coming out. No, that's later. It's in November. No, but other things that are coming up, and then we got the film festival and another special.
Yes.
I'm excited so much for a new special, and I hope I get to watch a couple of things since I'm quite busy right now. But especially with uni starting as well now.
Yep.
But there's at least one or two things that I want to watch, including one that was on Netflix and now isn't anymore, so I gotta pay. And I'm quite pissed about that. Because it was on there for like 2 weeks. No, that's older. I mean, I can say
for the special. No. For the
I just reminded myself. We haven't announced the special yet.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's gonna be a good one.
Have you watched anything for the special yet?
Absolutely
or have you anything
nothing.
planned? Okay. Do you have anything planned, or do you feel like you can do a top 10 easily?
There's a couple of things that I want to get to. I don't know if I will. I will.
Yeah, there's like one or two or three classics that I want to get under my belt before I can talk about them.
Yeah, I don't even want to look up the classics I missed. I'm still missing.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Anyway, thank you for listening, and please go and see No Time to Die, and definitely watch Sex Education if you haven't yet. But even though I think everyone has seen it, couple of good picks this week, and hopefully you enjoyed the show. Thank you so much for listening. Stay safe, and see you next week. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for stopping by. You can check us out on any podcast platform if you're interested. Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, etc. Check us out at Best Thing Radio on Twitter and Instagram. You can check out the thumbnail that Flo creates for us every single week. It's also our thumbnail on YouTube. I actually forgot something that I could talk about. Well, fuck it. Next week. It's a little teaser for next week.
I'm so excited.
And yeah, it's been a blast as always. Consider dropping a like, a subscribe if you got time, if you want to. And cook something good. I made some very good quesadillas for breakfast today. Do something similar. I don't know. Or don't. Bye-bye.
I made some very good quesadillas. Sure. Yeah. I love it. Bye-bye.